Everybody, this is the Phoenix Queen, and yes, I got off of work again. I'll probably be doing several videos like this. So if you remember earlier this week, I was talking about the importance of communication and how it, considering what happened earlier with a coworker. Well, today something else happened, except it had nothing to do with me. This time it was between a different coworker and the manager that was here today. Now what happened was that my coworker thought that she was supposed to be here at 7 o'clock. And she was supposed to be here at 8. Whoever gave her that schedule, it was a typo. So she came at 6:50, because we often get here a bit earlier. And she sat out there for about 40 minutes waiting for someone to come. Well, when the manager finally came about 40 minutes later, of course she was concerned about, where everybody was, what was going on, and apparently the manager went off on her, saying how it wasn't her fault, the schedule wasn't her fault, whoever typed it up, why was she getting upset with her, and, blowing it out of proportion. Now, the way I found out about this was because I was helping the manager with a shipment that had come in, and she just decided to tell to me. I didn't ask her anything about it, but of course, after hearing her side and what she said, basically what my coworker said, she came early. There was a confrontation about the time, and what happened was she ended up telling my coworker to go home. So my coworker was like, fine, I'll go home. She ended up telling her, well, if you're not going to, be committed to getting the extra hours, don't bother, asking for them. Which, of course, I said, this is over a typo. There's no need to get into all that, because my coworker was not upset about, not coming in early. There was just a misunderstanding. But it wasn't handled properly as it could have been, because my coworker was telling me her side of the story. She got into tears. So of course I'm a little more inclined to believe her. But the fact of the matter is, she was on the verge of, complaining to the corporate level. I told her, I asked her if she'd spoken to the general manager about it first. She said she hadn't. But this wasn't the first time that there's been a problem with that particular manager. She thinks, the manager has it out for her. Well, I said, I think the whole thing got blown out of proportion. And there really wasn't any need, for a manager, no matter how it happened, there wasn't any need for her to go off with that. If there was a misunderstanding, then that should have been addressed. Instead of, her being told to go home, she was going to get upset about it, or, tell her to stop asking for extra hours. Okay, this was over a typo, for crying out loud. So, overall, when you're in a position of authority and one of your employees comes to you with a problem, you don't need to get upset about it and start threatening people's jobs and just blowing everything out of proportion over a misunderstanding. I mean, I should know. I used to be in a position of authority, and I can't say I handled it very well. One, I was younger. I was, I'd never been in a position of authority, and I probably got a big head about it. And to any one of my, former coworkers who's watching this, I do apologize. I didn't mean to treat you in such a way. And also to any other managers out there, treat the employees with dignity and respect. Whatever problems that are happening can easily be fixed. And if you're an employee having a problem with the manager, and this, it's not the first time it's happened, go to someone in a higher position, because there's always someone in a higher position of authority that can take care of that person, and hopefully you can resolve the problem. I'm really glad, my coworker didn't go home, and she decided to stick it out, because she's a really good person and she does a great job. But I really hope nothing like this happens again, because it shouldn't. Like I said, this was over a typo. It was a typo. That's it. And it just could have been handled so much better than what it was. So, to my coworker, if you're watching this, thanks for sticking it out, and thanks so much for talking to me. I'm really sorry that this had to happen to you, and I most certainly hope it doesn't happen again. I wouldn't want you to, to lose your job over something like this. But yeah, I'm really glad you decided to stay. And like I said, to anyone out there who's having a similar problem, if things just aren't going well with your manager, talk to somebody in a higher position, because there always will be someone else that you can talk to. And if things don't ever work themselves out, it's okay to quit your job to find a place where you're treated with more respect. But there's always somebody that you can talk to about it. Yeah, this wasn't necessary. It didn't have to happen. But that's so that's what I wanted to talk about today. Basically, one who abuses their authority and their position over a misunderstanding. There's no time and no place for it. It's uncalled for. The position you're in, you're supposed to, help motivate and encourage your employees, which overall creates a better work environment. Not talk down to them in a condescending manner because you think you can get away with it, because you can't. I did that a few years back. I didn't get away with it. I overall ended up losing my job over it, but lesson learned. So that's what I want to talk about today. Once again, to my coworker, thanks for sticking it out, and thanks so much for, talking to me and allowing me to share your story. And, well, as we know, 4th of July is tomorrow. Sorry about the train, I'm sure you can hear. So I'm hoping that everyone has a great 4th of July. Hope the fireworks are great. I unfortunately have to work tomorrow night, but thankfully I work on a lake, so there better be fireworks over there. I'm going to be pissed. So overall, I'm pretty sure I've said that more than once, but I'm hoping everyone has a great 4th of July. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. And remember, we're all buried beneath the ashes that life tosses at us. But when we work together and encourage each other, one day we will be able to arise from the ashes like the phoenixes we are. So thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.